Hey everyone, today we are back in the custom pack, and this pack is set up for one thing and one thing only. It is the Centipede. I shouldn't say one thing only, there's many things you can do in this pack, but it's playing the Centipede and it's doing some sort of buy-sell shenanigans. In order to do that, I believe I have Mantis in this pack, and I'm not sure if I have Manta Ray. I have Seagull and Rice, those kinds of things. Let's check if we have Manta Ray real quick. There is. So that's good. And yeah, this game was a very good showing of the Centipede. It was one of the first games I had in this pack. And it's kind of typical when I have packs that are set up for the ways that I really like to play. And that's either Mantis or setting up scaling with a low tier pet or a couple low tier pets. And I really maximize the Centipede's ability. So the Centipede, if you didn't see, it's when you buy a friend, it gains stats multiplied by the tier of the friend bought. So obviously when you get to turn 11 plus, you want to be buying tier 6s. And if you have a level 3 Centipede, that's going to be doing plus 3 times the tier 6 would be plus 18 in stats total. So here you see we get the Centipede and it only triggers once, no matter what level it is. So the highlight of this run, I think, comes in how I basically maximize the triggers on the Centipede. I basically will take friends. I mean, this one I took a tier 2, so I didn't absolutely maximize it. I should have sold the opossum onto the Patagonian Mara, bought the Patagonian Mara first, then bought the wyvern. But that's okay. What I mean by maximizing it is basically buying a friend and then leveling it up and buying another friend in the same turn. So you essentially get 2 triggers in one turn. And those rounds, you'll see it just pops off. And the great thing about the Patagonian Mara is it's a very good tempo as well. So if you're interested in running Centipede, I think it's pretty simple to run it in this way. Obviously, there's going to be very much more complex ways to use it. As far as what I was thinking was like buy-sell teams. Even though it only has one trigger, you can kind of have a fun buy-sell team with it. With like Seagull shenanigans or even go like a Mantis. I was thinking the Mantis, because you have to buy a pet to fill the slot every turn. That'll use the Centipede trigger. So I figured that was an easy combo. But yeah, at 1.5 XP now, so we take the wyvern level just because it's there. And get a flashlight cooking. The Mantis is sitting there. I roll once. But then look what's in the shop. So we're setting up for the pivot again. And I guess I'm not totally min-maxing it because it would have been nice to buy the tier 5 onto the Centipede. But obviously we needed the level up to get that. Or at least to save the tier 5. But if you don't see it yet, we're going to get the double trigger next turn. And the 4 trumpets works out perfect. Perfect draw. All I really care about right now is preserving the hearts, because I really didn't know where this run was going to go. So there it is. We even got the clownfish to maximize the stats as well. And I figured dragonfly's pretty solid. The Centipede's the only level 2 we have right now. So it kind of works out. And if you don't play this game too often, or you're a little bit newer to the game, next turn I want you to really pay attention in this shot phase. And yeah, we're mowing through the other teams that are trying to scale hard right now, so it feels really good. I'm going to slow this down. So we're going to do something called the trigger reset. So I actually sell the clownfish even though we're going to level up. And you see how this one has no triggers left. We just brought in a fresh one that has 1 trigger. So you bring it in separate and then you drag the one that has no triggers left onto the fresh one you just brought in. Now we have our level 2 with a trigger left. And now we get double level 2 triggers in one turn. So that was really nice. I figure I'll just take the level on the beta fish. I really want to pill that soon. Luckily the dragonfly's hitting the right things. Shout out to the Brahma chicken. I need to pay attention to the enemy team names because I know there's been a lot of familiar faces I've ran into. So shout out to you if you're a familiar face. So take the tier 6 with the level 2. So it's plus 12 in stats. Beautiful. And pretty satisfied with the scaling right now on the Centipede. I take the chocolate on it kind of reluctantly because I wanted to keep doing the trigger reset thing. But this run was going so well, I figured if I can just get it level 3 and then buy tier 6 every turn, we're pretty set. I need to get the other pets cooking. I need to make sure I have a strong like mid line. I know I'm going to have a strong front line. And there's a pill. So Dragonfly goes, actually bring in the alpaca. Tier 6 so we get the trigger, we get the level up. We're going to take the pill so we get the alpaca trigger. And go ahead and get rid of that alpaca, take our other trigger, and now we have a 4750 centipede. So I was like, oh, that's great. I think I don't need to monkey scale it. And if you've watched my videos since this update, the sea cucumber is one of my new favorite. It's an ailment pet that scales. So it's basically like this, almost the same as monkey scaling, but you're not focusing it. It's most likely going to hit your backline. But I love it because it overrides equipment. So we overrode popcorn. The Bakunawa hits us with the Sleepy. And the Sleepy is terrifying as well. And here it is. Our backline is not strong enough yet. So we go down to 2. Pretty scary. You see the shop. Pill and chocolate. Exactly what we want to see. So decide to go ahead and take level 2 monkey. Level 2 Patagonian Mara. Triple catfish shows up. And unfortunately I don't have bro in here. Blue ring octopus. I have zebra. I have cow. So catfish, although tempting, did not take it. Bring in the mammoth. I'm going to look for a pill. And then hopefully I can bring in another potential tier 6. As you see, I'm trying to make up my mind. And I'm kind of in a panic because I'm like, yeah, now I need a pill next turn so I can buy another pet. I could sell the sea cucumber, but I kind of like it. We overrode a banana there. So it just gives such good value. We're just bringing in some base stat pet. And look at that. Look at that. 24-22. It's feeling strong. Looking for a pill. We have great things frozen. Don't find a pill, but you can stack pets. So that's why I froze this mammoth to stack at 3 gold. I figure if we can get level 2 mammoth, then we can pill it. That would be great. And look at what's in the shop. It's a pill. And I know there's bananas there as well, but I don't want to spend the gold going for level 3 monkey. The scaling is obviously fine at this point. I've been trying to run penguin more than monkey, but yeah, I've been getting stuck with monkeys. It's just too easy to use, and especially when you want to highlight these new pets. See, we're still in danger mode. We've been scaling like crazy. Decent abilities. This centipede's only at 1922. The ability is giving it 18 a turn. So level 2 mammoth. Bunch of buy sell stuff. Even though we already took the trigger, zebra's just too good to pass up. And gonna take a coconut because we're terrified. And I figure I can probably just buy another mammoth and pill it. I'm probably gonna save that mammoth until I find another pill. But when you have the scaling set up in like 4 units, you kind of have that open slot. Mammoth pill is just such a great option. I run it in every single custom pack I have. Between that and television from the mongoose, you can get really good scaling from not really having scalers. And there's the pill, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the mammoth, and luckily there's a sea cucumber there, so I just stack it. So now we can pill mammoth and bring in a real velo next turn if we want. And shout out to the rockhopper penguin. If you have not seen it, I have a rockhopper reset video where I use an onion and a blobfish to basically get 2 triggers on a rockhopper penguin. It is otherwise impossible to get 2 triggers on a rock hopper penguin. No matter what level, it's 1 trigger. And I get 50 trumpets with a single rock hopper penguin. It's a lot of fun. And I'm looking for a melon. I was hoping, or something. The real velo is the best combo, or the best option no matter what. So I just commit to it. 9 trophies, 1 heart remaining. I figure this should be it. Put the Centipede in the front to get the real velo trigger and to get 50-50. Just a little monkey buff to put it over. Bakunawa slept us, but luckily we get our melon back so we can trade with the front unit. And the second Sleepy does not affect us because we're big enough. And they have Hoopo Bird, Tiger, shout out. Such a great combo. But yeah, our stats are going to thrive. Where does the stats go? It goes to the monkey. So we're still scaling as we win. Felt good. That's how you use the Centipede in my opinion. Obviously, like I said, there's much more creative ways to use it, but I had so much fun. And this was one of my first games in this pack. I had another game in this pack that just kind of got out of control that I was going to try to use the Bloodhound. So let's hop straight into the Bloodhound game. Here it is. Friends sold, stock 1 copy of it, works 1 time per turn. 5 trophies, 2 hearts remaining, turn 10. So this game is going to go to at least turn 15, 16 plus. If we don't win out, it's going to go to turn like 18 plus, assuming a couple draws. So because of that, have good scaling set. Have a weasel because I'm trying to set up like a buy-sell thing. I think I passed up 1 seagull before this. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I took a poodle. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the poodle, so I used the chocolate on the Bloodhound. I had a mammoth because I figured I can just pill it. But this turn, I actually, you can tell I'm thinking about committing to the mammoth because we have a tier 6, a tier 3, a 4, and a 5. So the poodle works perfectly with it. And once I throw the chocolate on the poodle, you know I'm just committing to the team. I'm basically not going to use the Bloodhound ability. So this is a very like boring, pretty lame, just straight double scaler using a money generation to make sure I can get my levels and equipment and toss food and stuff like that. It's just stat spamming. It's the thing I always used to do in the past, but sometimes when you're trying to grind other teams and you just have all these good pets, good scalers in the pack, the runs work out this way. And so yeah, we're going to ride off into the sunset, just enjoying the absolute scumbaggery that this is. As you can see, I'm still even min-maxing. I mean, I'm at 1 heart remaining, so it's kind of like just making this run survive. And I figured it can be a free achievement, and then I can go for a Bloodhound game, a real one, another time. As I get a Patagonian Mara there, that was cool. And yeah, I promise I will have one in the future. And if you hung around this long, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.